the Defense Language Institute Foreign Language Center, the Department of Defense's premier language training provider, is the largest, most efficient and effective foreign language educational institution in the nation. An organization founded in the shadow of World War II, today the Institute continues to adapt to meet the requirements of our nation's security. The Institute currently teaches 23 languages at the Presidio Monterey, while another 65 languages are offered through its branch in Washington, D.C. At any given time, there are approximately 4,000 students attending the Institute from the Department of Defense, other U.S. government agencies, as well as a small number of military students from allied nations. To ensure the best possible training for future language professionals, students are taught by highly educated instructors, 95% of whom are native speakers of the languages they teach.
So once we learn language and start to become immersed in their culture, that's when we can really understand their decision-making processes and how we can interact with them.
In addition to their language, instructors teach culture, customs, geography, and history of their native countries. Courses range from 26 to 64 weeks for the basic curriculum, while refresher and more advanced courses last from 2 to 47 weeks. For those who study in Monterey, instruction takes place year-round, 5 days a week, 7 hours per day, with 2 to 3 hours of homework each night.
You should always be trying to learn one more word or study one more thing and push yourself, because if you do, you'd be surprised what you can accomplish.
Language lessons are enabled and enhanced by cutting-edge technology, with computer-aided instruction and interactive whiteboards installed in every classroom. Sparking the interest of today's computer-savvy students, the Institute employs tablet PCs and digital audio devices to move foreign language instruction beyond the schoolhouse walls. To further increase student proficiency, DLI uses a dedicated isolation immersion facility where students spend up to 3 days with dedicated faculty away from the distractions of an English-speaking world.
太极是中国人喜欢的一种锻炼身体运动方式。太极在中国已经有很长历史了，它是中国人长线整体的活动。
In certain languages, the Institute incorporates extended in-country immersion events for both the basic and advanced courses.
As you see, obviously I got in the background portrait of Mao Zedong, and to my front over there is the Mao Zedong Memorial where we just went through. And I can't really, it's kind of hard to explain, you know, the cultural, I mean, you see it on pictures, you know, and you read about it in books, now you're actually here experiencing it.
The rapid pace of instruction demands in-house production of nearly all course materials, which are provided in both print and electronic formats. As challenging as it is, foreign language acquisition is not the only mission the Institute must accomplish. The majority of students are new recruits, soldiers, Marines, sailors, and airmen, who must maintain their military skills and remain physically fit. Lifelong learning requirements of DLI graduates are supported through sustainment and enhancement programs. Satellite campuses, or language training detachments, have been established to service the dispersed population of language professionals. Additionally, mobile training teams, who travel to remote sites and teach technology-mediated courses, further extend DLI's reach throughout the force. Following September 11th, the Defense Language Institute responded to an emerging demand for language and cultural awareness training by increasing the number of its mobile training teams providing survival language instruction to deploying service members, establishing new LTDs for General Purpose Forces language and culture training, and the increased production of a multitude of distance learning materials, all available on the Institute's website. Recently, DLI created an online program called Rapport, which is mandatory training for all DoD personnel deploying to Afghanistan. The Institute also offers a lengthier online language program called Head Start 2, a self-paced interactive course with extensive reading, listening, speaking, and writing exercises with an emphasis on military terminology. Responding to the needs of the field, DLI is instrumental in the implementation of the Pentagon-sponsored Afghanistan-Pakistan Hands program, designed to maintain continuity of mission with language and culture-skilled personnel by teaching senior enlisted officers and civilians Pashto, Dari, or Urdu during their 3 to 5 year commitment to the program. DLI plays an important role in measuring the efficacy of instruction and capturing the mission readiness of the force. Most federal government agencies rely on the Defense Language Proficiency Test, or DLPT, and the Oral Proficiency Interview, OPI, which are reliable, scientifically validated tools for testing language proficiency of DoD personnel worldwide. Once students graduate from the Institute as military linguists, they continue to specialize in the intelligence field and undergo follow-on training at various installations where they learn more specific vocabulary pertaining to their jobs.
Here, I learned how to apply the language that I learned in Monterey, but a lot of that stuff is classified and I can't talk about it.
There are two different paths to become a cryptolinguist. There's the airborne path and the ground path. Here at Goodfellow, we teach the technical side of the job, and it's very challenging because most students aren't used to the fast-paced learning environment that we have here.
DLI-FLC students come from all four services and work intelligence missions where foreign language proficiency is in high demand.
This one time, I'm just sitting there, sitting back, standing guard, and all the locals are talking, not knowing that anybody understands what they're saying, but we're there. We got our ears open. We're pulling in every single thing they're saying.
شو كانت 10 ب5 بيعرفوا شيء عن ابو ضاي ما يعرفوا عنه ولا شيء يلعب من هذا الحكي وين ابو ضاي شغله ما في عندهم دي واحده زياده.
The best and the brightest graduates of DLI-FLC work both independently and collaboratively within these organizations. Their job is to gather intelligence necessary to conduct work such as foreign relations at U.S. embassies around the world, collect and analyze information regarding nuclear and conventional weapons-related topics, such as with the Defense Threat Reduction Information Analysis Center, and military missions to secure lasting stability within nations and conduct provincial reconstruction missions.
My name is Angel Diaz and I'm a linguist with the U.S. Navy. My students are here because they want to make a difference. They'll be the ones who are the eyes and ears of the United States, defending our country. On the base where I'm stationed, I can look out my window every day and see pieces of the Berlin Wall. It reminds me that what I do makes a difference. We help break down those barriers. We help break down those walls.
To be successful in all of these missions, these service members must have the appropriate linguistic and cultural awareness skills to relate to the topics and the local populations.
My favorite part of my job is speaking to the Afghan people.
The Defense Language Institute, rich in history and prepared for the future, continues to support the quest for peace through linguistic readiness.